Super teams are built to dominate the NBA and secure championships, or so we thought. From blockbuster trades to superstar signings, these teams had everything they needed to win, yet they never reached the promised land. In today's Sports Stars Recap, we're counting down the top 10 NBA super teams that failed from 2010 to 2024. But here's the twist. We'll be breaking down the shocking reasons behind their downfall with engaging questions and answers throughout the video. Which failed super team shocked you the most? Keep watching to find out why these so-called dream teams became basketball nightmares. Number 10. 2017 to 2018 Oklahoma City Thunder. At number 10, we have the 2017 to 2018 Oklahoma City Thunder, one of the most powerful teams of that season. Russell Westbrook had just concluded an MVP season, averaging an impressive triple-double of 25.4 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 10 points. Part of the roster as a proven scorer. But all the star power could not lead this team to success. It finished the season with a record of 48-34 for fourth in the West, but showed many flaws. The offense was often slow and relied on too many individual plays. Westbrook had the ball most of the time, making it hard for George or Anthony to get into the game. On the other end, they often made mistakes on defense, and Carmelo's ability to defend well was lacking. Their playoff run was brief, as they lost in the first round to the Utah Jazz, who had a rookie star named Donovan Mitchell, who scored 28.5 points per game against them. The team looked like a super team, but it finally fell apart. It happened due to bad teamwork, predictable plans, and no unity, once again proving that talent is not enough to be successful. Number 9. 2020 to 2021 Milwaukee Bucks. The 2020 to 2021 Milwaukee Bucks were built to come out strong in the season. They had two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton's crucial scoring, and the stingy defense of Jrue Holiday all in place to win it all. Giannis was a paint force to be reckoned with. Middleton shot well most of the time, and Holiday was much needed on offense and defense. But what looked good on paper didn't always work well on the court. Milwaukee's issues were evident even in the early part of their game against the Miami Heat, which had already eliminated them in the previous playoffs. The Heat defense, particularly their strategy of walling off the paint, frustrated Giannis. Without a clear strategy to adjust their offense, the Bucks' attack became predictable and relied too heavily on isolation plays and individual brilliance. Even their defense, which had been strong all season, struggled to stop Miami's passing and outside shooters. The stress of high expectations was hard to bear, and when their usual offense stopped working, problems started to appear. Although they did better in later seasons, this season showed that they depended too much on Giannis and could not adapt to difficult situations. Important reasons for their failure that year. Number 8. 2019 to 2020 LA Clippers. During the 2019 to 2020 NBA season, the Los Angeles Clippers made a significant move as they acquired two-time Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard and six-time All-Star Paul George. They had finally become strong contenders for the championship. Leonard scored 27.1 points per game, and George followed with 21.5 points per game, proving their scoring abilities. The Clippers, with the help of stars Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, finished the regular season with a record of 49-23, which placed them in the second spot in the Western Conference. Their playoff path was changed dramatically in a shocking twist of events. The Clippers were up 3-1 in the Western Conference semifinals against the Denver Nuggets, but they saw that series slip away as the Nuggets mounted an incredible comeback to take the series 4-3. This collapse happened because the team did not work well together and made poor decisions. Leonard and George underperformed in Game 7. Number 7. 2022 to 2023 Phoenix Suns. The 2022 to 2023 Phoenix Suns looked like a super team on paper. It surprised everyone in the league when they got Kevin Durant in the middle of the season. He teamed up with one of the best scorers, Devin Booker. Chris Paul's playmaking ability and DeAndre Ayton's strength in the paint made the team seem unbeatable. But the truth of the season was much different. Durant arrived with the Suns late and featured in only 8 regular season games. Building chemistry among teammates in such a short time proved difficult. The worst timing possible brought about injuries. There was a gap in leadership when the 38-year-old Chris Paul rested for crucial games in the playoffs. But above all that, Ayton had played unevenly and was also missing from Game 6 versus the Nuggets, when nobody saw it coming. It was not enough for the Suns when it mattered to have strong enough players to beat Denver, who had Nikola Jokic at the helm. A 125-100 loss in Game 6 sealed their fate and stunned fans. This marked their second consecutive disappointing season finish. Number 6. 2018-2019 Boston Celtics. The 2018-2019 season saw a highly talented team from the Boston Celtics. For over a season, this team looked destined for greatness. Kyrie Irving was their main scorer, putting up 23.8 points and 6.9 assists per game. Despite a drop in production, Gordon Hayward added 11.5 points per game. Meanwhile, young stars Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown scored 15.7 and 13.0 points per game, respectively, showing their potential. Veteran Al Horford brought stability to offense and defense with 13.6 points and 6.7 rebounds per game. However, problems within the team held them back. Tensions reportedly brewed in the locker room as players complained about their roles and how the team operated. Jaylen Brown famously called the atmosphere toxic, summing up the overall tension in the team. These internal battles showed up on the court as inconsistency. The Celtics finished the regular season with a 49-33 record, earning them the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. They swept the Indiana Pacers in the first round before facing the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals. Boston lost the following 4 consecutive matches, ending their playoff run with a 4-1 series loss. Question 1. Who was the biggest star for the 2020-2021 Milwaukee Bucks super team? A. Drew Holiday. B. Chris Middleton. C. Giannis Antetokounmpo. D. Brook Lopez. Correct answer, C. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Question 2. What superstar did the Phoenix Suns add in 2023 to become a super team? A. Kevin Durant. B. Kyrie Irving. C. Jimmy Butler. D. Anthony Davis. Correct answer, A. Kevin Durant. Number 5. 2013-2014 Brooklyn Nets. When the Brooklyn Nets made a big decision in the summer of 2013, the message was clear: win now, no matter what it takes. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, legends of the Boston Celtics, teamed up with Deron Williams and Joe Johnson in what many thought would be a strong team in the Eastern Conference. It wasn't just about making a trade, it was a high-risk move that aimed to reshape the entire team. The Nets traded away their future, including several first-round picks, to build a team of stars hoping to win a championship. But as the season went on, things were not as good as expected. Garnett, who used to be a strong defender, started to show signs of aging at 37, averaging only 6.5 points and 6.6 rebounds. Pierce had some good moments, but was not at his best. Even Deron Williams, arguably the best point guard in the league at the time, struggled with consistency. The team was able to go 44-38, which was a solid record, but there were apparent problems. They barely edged past the Raptors in a tough 7-game series, and then it was on to the Miami Heat. LeBron James and his club beat the Nets in 5, and some glaring issues with pace and teamwork had been exposed. Number 4. 2020-2021 Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers had all the expectations of retaining the championship title for the 2020-2021 NBA season. They had talent in LeBron James, who averages 25.0 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game. They also had Anthony Davis, who had 21.8 points and 7.9 rebounds per game. Talent-wise, they were very strong. Andrew Drummond was added to the team in the middle of the season. He averaged 11.9 points and 10.2 rebounds per game, which was expected to enhance their inside game. However, the season was plagued with many problems. LeBron James suffered a serious ankle injury in March, causing him to miss 26 games. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis had issues with his Achilles and calf, which kept him out for 36 games. These injuries changed how the team played and practiced, finishing with a record of 42-30 in the regular season and 7th place in the Western Conference. During the playoffs, the Lakers would face the second-seeded Phoenix Suns in the first round. Despite holding the series 2-1, further injuries to Davis and more inconsistent games meant that the Lakers lost the last three, resulting in the loss of the series 4-2. This marked the first time in LeBron James's career that he was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Number 3. 2010-2011 Miami Heat. The summer of 2010 changed NBA history. LeBron James made a big announcement called his decision, leaving Cleveland to team up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. The excitement was like never before. The Heat were seen as champions even before playing a single game, and the trio's bold promise of not one, not two, not three championships made fans' hopes skyrocket. The regular season was strong, with the Heat finishing 58-24 and securing the second seed in the East. They steamrolled through the playoffs, defeating the Celtics and Bulls to reach the finals. But then came the Dallas Mavericks. Despite Miami holding a 2-1 series lead, everything unraveled. The Mavericks' zone defense exposed weak spots in Miami's strategy, and Dirk Nowitzki's clutch performances were too much for the Heat to handle. The main man on the team, LeBron James, was blamed. He scored only 17.8 points in the finals, a far cry from his usual impressive game. The Heat's bench was weak outside their best players, and the Mavericks took advantage of this. Miami learned a tough lesson when they lost 4-2 in the finals. This was not a missed title, but a reminder that talent alone cannot overcome chemistry, strategy, and mental toughness. Number 2. 2021-2022 Brooklyn Nets. The 2021-2022 Brooklyn Nets started the season hoping to win a championship with a team full of stars like Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Durant, who has won the NBA championship twice, was expected to be the main scorer for the team. However, the season faced many problems that stopped them from reaching their goals. Kyrie Irving's refusal to follow New York City's vaccine rules meant he couldn't play in home games, greatly limiting his role. Irving recognized how his choice affected the team, saying, "I felt like I was letting the team down at a point where I wasn't able to play." The team's teamwork suffered when James Harden, upset about the ongoing doubts, asked to be traded in the middle of the season, which caused him to leave. This change put more pressure on Kevin Durant to lead and score. Despite Durant's best efforts, the Nets finished the season with a record of 44-38 in the regular season, ending up in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. Their postseason was quite short, as they lost all games in the first round to the Boston Celtics, giving them a bitter end to the season, which had started full of hope for this team. Number 1. 2012-2013 Los Angeles Lakers. Dwightmare Lakers. The 2012-2013 Los Angeles Lakers were a team that seemed ready to win big. Kobe Bryant was still playing very well. They added Dwight Howard, who won the Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, and Steve Nash, who won the MVP award twice. This was expected to bring back the Lakers' hopes of winning a championship. With Pau Gasol's versatile skills, this team seemed like a strong contender. But things went wrong from the start. Steve Nash broke his leg 2 games into the season, leading to many injuries that limited him to playing only half the season. Dwight Howard, healing from back surgery, never seemed fully fit and later struggled with a torn labrum. Even with these issues, Kobe Bryant led the team, scoring an average of 27.3 points per game, until his Achilles tendon broke in April, a serious injury that ended his season. Without Kobe, The Lakers barely made it to the playoffs as the 7th seed, but the San Antonio Spurs quickly beat them. Apart from the injuries, the team struggled to work together, and there were reports of conflict between Kobe and Howard. What was supposed to be an excellent team became a cautionary tale. The best teams can break apart when there is a lack of health and togetherness. Question 3. Which two NBA legends did the Brooklyn Nets trade for in 2013? A. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. B. Shaquille O'Neal and Karl Malone. C. Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Kidd. D. Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili. Correct answer. A. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Question 4. Which superstar did the Lakers add in 2021 to boost their title defense? A. Russell Westbrook. B. Chris Paul. C. Damian Lillard. D. Kawhi Leonard. Correct answer. A. Russell Westbrook. That's all from our list of NBA super teams that did not work. Which team disappointed the most? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sports Stars Recap for more basketball stories.